Thanks, Molly. Well, did you know that tomatoes are the second most popular vegetable in the U.S., right behind potatoes? But it's hard to get that summertime tomato taste in the middle of January. Or is it? Joining us now with a solution is professional chef and Food Network host Amy Thielen. Good morning to you, Amy.
Hey, Tiffany, how are you?
I'm doing great. And I got to tell you, I'm a huge tomato fan. I love them. I eat them like an apple. I think they're so good. But it's hard to get that really great, summertime taste of a tomato in the middle of January. How do we find that? Because I think you got some secrets for us.
Yeah, you really don't want to look in the produce section. You want to go straight down the middle aisle. Because, outside of summer, I really don't cook with fresh tomatoes. I use canned tomatoes. And I basically live in the grocery store. I think I'm there every day. So I've tried them all, and these are my favorite.
All right.
Because when a tomato is... Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, break them down for us. I want to know your favorites.
Yeah, so these are red gold tomatoes, and they are ripened under the sun, and they're picked at the peak and canned immediately. And I just know that they're going to have a lot of flavor, and they're also really tender, and they're super bright red. And that color is so key because, the redder the tomato, the more of that antioxidant lycopene that it has. And, how do you tell, like, a good canned tomato from a bad one? Most people think, canned tomatoes are the same. But they're not. They vary a lot. So what I like to do is I submit them to what I call a very simple crush test. I just take the can of tomatoes, and I like to buy the whole peeled ones, and I pour them into a bowl or a colander like this one, and I give them a really good squeeze. Squeezy. And if it crushes to a pulp immediately, and if there are no hard, unripe yellow shoulders or a hard core or anything like that, I know that it was picked when it was ripe, and I know that it's really sweet. And therefore, I don't have to take my sauce, I don't have to cook my sauce forever and bring it back to that sweetness. It's really already there. I mean, these tomatoes, they're grown on family farms in Ohio and Indiana and Michigan under the hot Midwestern sun. They're non-GMO, and the cans are BPA free too.
I love it. I think it makes us feel less guilty about eating something canned, to know that, yeah, like you said, it was packed at the peak of freshness, and it really is. You can kind of give it that squeeze test to know its sweetness. How about just getting more nutrition into our family meals using tomatoes or ideas like that during this time of year?
Right. And it's a Midwestern tomato, which I like as a Midwesterner. I have a couple of recipes that are really good for high quality canned tomatoes, and one is a tomato mozzarella pie. And this is a variation. This is a thin crusted pub style fresh pizza with marinara, like uncooked marinara. And all it is I use a cracker crust dough that's so easy to make. It doesn't even have yeast. You can make it days ahead. Or you can just use any pizza dough that you like or what you have laying around. And you want to swab it with lots of olive oil and then tear, a thin blanket of fresh mozzarella on top. And then just take the tomatoes, the torn tomatoes, and lay them out. Shower this with Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper. Pop it into a 500-degree oven for 10 minutes. And it's awesome. Very, very fresh tasting. And you can find all of these recipes at redgoldtomatoes.com.
I'm going to drizzle a little balsamic on top of that. That looks good. Thanks, Amy.
Good idea. Good idea. Thank you.
Redgoldtomatoes.com is the website for that recipe and more. Just go there to get it. We'll be right back.